Aisha radiallahu anha tells us a short story. She says, كنا في بعض أسفارنا مع رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم حتى إذا كنا بالبيداء أضعت عقدا لي. A story that probably all of you know here about Aisha. Aisha, the one that got lots of adventures with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. She says, we were traveling once with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and when we reached Al-Bayda' is an area between Mecca and Al-Medina, in the middle of nowhere. At that point I realized that I lost my necklace. I lost my necklace. Can we move on? No, absolutely not. Not with Aisha. You're not going anywhere. فأتيت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فقلت يا رسول الله عقدي, my necklace, I lost it. Now imagine and put yourself in the shoes of Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم. You're now going with the most respected and respectful Sahabas around you. Abu Bakr is behind you, Umar is to your left, Hamza and Sa'd and Abu Ubaidah, they're all behind you, and your wife was coming to you and whispering, I lost my necklace. What would you respond, babe, brother? Please give me your response. I know your wife is in the back. You don't want to bring any problem to you tonight. I can close the mic if you want to tell me.
Move on.
What is it? Move on. Allah Akbar. They all said, sisters, that they will sit for you and look for it. MashaAllah. At least you would tell her, please don't embarrass us for Allah's sake. Just let us, I will buy you a new one. Just please stay quiet. Don't embarrass me. Rasulullah takes a different totally scenario. تقول عائشة فأوقف الجيش. The whole army, horses, camels, men stopped right there. I want to look for my wife's necklace. And not just that. وأرسل عددا من أصحابه في طلب العقد. And he ordered a number of his Sahabas to look for the necklace. Suddenly, the whole Ummah of Muhammad is looking for the necklace of Aisha. Radiallahu anha. That's not the important matter. The thing is, Salatul Asr came and there is no water. It's not that you're just wasting our time, you are wasting our salah. Sahaba, because they are too shy to come and talk to Rasulullah, they went to Abu Bakr and they told him, Ya Abu Bakr, ألا ترى ما صنعت عائشة برسول الله. Abu Bakr, look at your daughter. Don't you see what she's doing to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? She stopped the whole army for a necklace, for God's sake. Go and speak to your daughter. Aisha, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu says, فَأَتَانِي أَبِي, I saw him coming. And Rasulullah was laying down and his head on my belly. His head on my laps, in my laps. He came to me and he started poking me. What are you doing? أوقفت جيش رسول الله لعقد وليس بنا ماء. We don't have water. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam woke up and he says, Ya Abu Bakr, Malik, why are you yelling at Aisha? قد يا رسول الله وقفنا بأرض ليس بها ماء. Like if there was some water at least around, we would swallow it, but there's no water, we're losing the prayer. At that point, Allah sends Jibreel alayhi salam to bring one of the greatest permission in the Sharia with the verse of Tayammum. Tayammum. If you don't have water, you can use the sand. You can use the clay, but we're not moving the army until we find the necklace of Aisha. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Brothers and sisters, you get to enjoy. Wallahi, you live with the seal of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And it's not that Allah sent a revelation to Jibreel alayhi salam, oh Muhammad, don't listen to your wives. Oh Muhammad, be a man. And when wife tells you something, just to step up for yourself and move on. No. He said, فَإِن لَمْ تَجِدُوا مَاءً. Abu Bakr and the Sahaba, you're complaining, you don't have water. Let me bring a new dimension of the Sharia. Let me change the law of Sharia so it can suit the situation. فَإِن لَمْ تَجِدُوا مَاءً فَتَيَمَّمُوا صَعِيدًا طَيِّبًا. Brothers and sisters, Allah has brought down to us one of the greatest permissions. He eased our Sharia So if you're flying, if you're traveling, if you're a place no water, if you're sick and water will cause harm to you, you can use the sand. And all the thanks to Allah and then to the necklace of Aisha. Of course, Allah would have brought the Sharia in any different way, but Allah usually picks the specific situations to give us lessons. The more you are easy with your wife, the ease will come back to your life. The whole ruling of Tayammum came down because of a man who was gently and kindly treating his wife. He showed her an amount of tolerance and patience that no one can imagine. From a man who was raised in Mecca, a man who was used to the dry and rough life, is treating her with all the romance and ease. This is where that one line in Surah An-Nisa comes, وَعَاشِرُهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. عاشروهن بالمعروف. Treat them excellently, kindly, gently. This is the only place where Allah says this line in Surah An-Nisa. عاشروهن بالمعروف, and He doesn't tell women عاشروهم بالمعروف. No, it is your responsibility as men to come down, to tolerate, to understand where she's coming from and how naturally she was created, and compromise and work around that. This is why Rasulullah was emotionally intelligent. He would understand Aisha and tell her, Wallahi inni la a'lam in kunti radiyatan anni aw ghadba. I know without you saying a word, if you're mad or pleased at me. قالت كيف ذاك يا رسول الله. He says, if you're mad, you would say, by the Lord of Ibrahim. If you're pleased, you would say, by the Lord of Muhammad. Rasulullah understood وَعَاشِرُهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوف to the point that he would know the knock of Khadija, the footsteps of Khadija. One day he's sitting, years and years after Khadija died and passed away, he was sitting with Aisha and the door knocks. Knock, knock. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam recognized that knock. Recognized it. That's a unique one, I know that. And he suddenly stood up and he said, Allahumma hala, Allahumma hala, Ya Rabb, this is Hala. Who is Hala? Hala bint Khuwaylid, Khadija's sister, radiyallahu anha, opens the door. Hala was right behind the door. وَعَاشِرُهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. This is, it's not about you and your wife, it's about bringing ease to your life. And the matter that Tayammum was revealed because of the nickels of Aisha, brother, there's lots and lots of attributes that we need to change with our wives and spouses to bring the ease to our life. And then Allah continues with a lifestyle, a mindset. فَإِن كَرِهْتُمُوهُنَّ. And remember that and highlight it, brothers and sisters, because that's a mindset. This is not just a verse. فَإِن كَرِهْتُمُوهُنَّ فَعَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُوا شَيْئًا وَيَجْعَلَ اللَّهُ فِيهِ خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا. Perhaps you would hate something, and Allah would put so much good in it. You might hate your wife, but there's so much good in her. You might hate your job, but there's so much good in it. You might hate your family or your community, but there's so much good in them that you need to plant and nourish. Not every bad is bad, but there's always goodness lies behind it. If Rasulullah wasn't expelled from Mecca, we wouldn't enjoy the peace and tranquility of Medina. If Rasulullah wasn't insulted by Abu Jahl, Hamza wouldn't come to Islam. If the Battle of Badr was not there, we wouldn't be talking about the greatest victory of Islam. There is always a light behind every darkness, an ease behind every hardship. But it's all about understanding. فَإِن كَرِهْتُمُوهُنَّ فَعَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُوا شَيْئًا وَيَجْعَلَ اللَّهُ فِيهِ خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا. That not everything you hate, you should drop. Amr ibn al-As radiyallahu anhu says a line, I will conclude with that. لا أمل دابتي ما حملتني ولا أمل زوجتي ما حفظتني ولا أمل ثوبي ما وسعني. I would never drop or ditch or get bored of my camel as long as it carries me. I would never drop my wife as long as she preserves and protects my chastity. I would never drop my thobe as long as it fits me. There is a cancer today that not a single one of us is satisfied what he has, with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him. You just have the mentality today of it changing. Every year there's a new phone. Every year there's a new car. Every day there's a new brand that you want to adopt. And you start hating what you have because there's lots of things outside that you don't have. But remember, عَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُ شَيْئًا وَيَجْعَلَ اللَّهُ فِيهِ خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا. And more importantly, remember to keep looking for the necklace of Aisha, so that the ease would come back to you, inshallah. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.
Did they find or not? Did they find the necklace? Did they find the necklace?
Subhanallah, a beautiful question from the brother. Did they find the necklace? Believe it or not, they found it under the camel of Aisha. Subhanallah. You know when your wife asks you about her phone and it's in her pocket. Where's my glasses? And she's wearing the glasses. La ilaha illallah. May Allah make it easy among us, ya Rab. You got a long night tonight, brothers.